He never stood a chance. Before he ever failed. God had already rejected him. This wasn't just a story of disobedience. It was a setup, a trap in royal robes. Welcome to the story of Saul, the king God hated. When Israel asked for a king, God was angry. 1 Samuel 8 verse 7 reads, "They have not rejected you, but they have rejected me, that I should not reign over them." So what did God do? He gave them a king anyway. But not just any king. He gave them Saul. A tall man, impressive on the outside, but internally, insecure, untrained, and alone. 1 Samuel 9 verse 2 reads, "From his shoulders upward he was taller than any of the people." Then Samuel gave a list of kingly warnings. 1 Samuel 8 verse 11 to 18 says, "He will take your sons, your daughters, your fields. You shall cry out because of your king whom you have chosen." It almost felt like a warning disguised as a prophecy. But Israel didn't care. And maybe, just maybe, God didn't either. Saul had no predecessor to learn from, no royal mentor. He was the first of his kind, walking into a role even God didn't believe in. So when Samuel said, "Wait 7 days and I'll come," and never showed up, Saul panicked. His army was deserting him. 1 Samuel 13, 8-12 says Saul waited 7 days, the time appointed by Samuel, but Samuel did not come. The people were scattering. So I forced myself and offered the burnt offering. And for that, judgment. Rejection. 1 Samuel 13 verse 13 and 14 reads, "You have done foolishly. Your kingdom shall not continue." But where was Samuel? Why did God allow the silence, the fear, the pressure, just to punish Saul for cracking? And here's what stings. Saul disobeyed once and lost the crown. 1 Samuel 15 verse 23, "Because you have rejected the word of the Lord, he has also rejected you from being king." But David, he committed adultery, 2 Samuel 11. He murdered a loyal soldier, 2 Samuel 11 verse 14-18. He lied and deceived, and yet God kept him. Acts 13 verse 22 says, "I have found David the son of Jesse, a man after my own heart." Why? Because David was God's choice. Saul was the people's king. David was the divine favorite. Maybe God couldn't afford to let David fail, so he covered him. But Saul? Saul was expendable. What if Saul's biggest sin was not being chosen? He wasn't a villain. He was a man, afraid, abandoned, trying his best. But God didn't give him time to grow. 1 Samuel 16 verse 1 says, "How long will you mourn for Saul, seeing I have rejected him?" Maybe Saul didn't lose God's favor. Maybe he never had it. That might sound harsh. But Scripture reminds us, Romans 9 verse 15, "I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy, and I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion." God is sovereign. He lifts up. He tears down. He chooses without apology. So the real question isn't, was Saul treated fairly? The real question is, what if the same mercy David received was never available to Saul? This is timeless truth and tales, where history and mystery collide. Like, share, subscribe, and never stop asking the hard questions.